machine that executes at the highest level.
That's where we focus on billions of dollars in real estate.
The chasing business, now all of a sudden I was attracting it.
You're going to get a lot of no's before you get that first yes.
You're not doing consistent.
You're everywhere all the time. People will take you.
You have to outproduce your problems.
It has everything to do with the mindset and the discipline.
Don't try to be making a withdrawal before you've made a deposit.
Focusing on the quality, not the quantity.
To continue to move forward and grow.
What is up, Every Agent Wins fam? Today we have an amazing show for you. If you have not started to follow us, please go to everyagentwins.com. Today we have an amazing guest, Mr. Suneet Agarwal of Big Block Realty. Suneet runs a team of 42 agents out of Sacramento, California. He's only been in the business 7 years. This guy's going to be talking about online leads and how to blow up your business, how to convert, how to start, what type of budget, and some of his secrets on follow-up. So stick around, check it out, and we will get back to you right after this message.
So you're a new agent. You don't know where to start. You've done typical agent things like cold calling.
Have you ever thought of selling your home? Hello? Tom?
Hi, looking to sell your home?
And doing open houses. You're not making any progress. So you download the Bellwood agent and you follow directions provided. You find a seller. Bellwood likes the house. Within a few days, you get an accepted contract. You show the house. Bellwood buys the house. You get paid. You relist the property once flipped. You sell the property. You get paid again. You did this with no knowledge or experience. Rinse and repeat.
Hey, Tom. Still looking to sell your home? Bellwood's buying.
What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This is Ronnie, and this is the Every Agent Wins Show, where you're bringing in the top real estate talent across the planet. And we have a doozy for you today, Mr. Suneet Agarwal. What's going on, brother?
Hey, thanks, Ronnie. Great intro, man. That's awesome.
I'm bringing the energy today, bro. I'm trying to get you off your seat. You going to play those guitars in the back or what, bro?
No. I did have a guitar lesson with a dude in London about 2 hours ago.
That's hilarious.
Cool.
Do you play the guitar?
Yeah.
So do you teach or were you getting taught?
From like the guy who has the top rock album in the UK was giving me a lesson.
That's dope, dude. That's dope. So Suneet's here. And anybody who does not know the Sacramento market, it is absolutely on fire right now. And for buyers, it is a crazy right now. There's just virtually no inventory out there. So we're hustling our butts off. If you have a listing right now, and probably everybody else in the country having a listing right now is gold. So Suneet, you've been in the business 6 or 7 years, correct?
2014 is when I became a full-time agent, like that March.
And you are, what is your title? I know you are are you an owner of?
So I own the Big Block here in Sacramento. We have 100 agents at the brokerage, and I own my team, Best Sac Homes Group, which is like 42 agents. So my team sold like 630 houses last year, all in Sacramento. So I don't think that's ever been done. Can't wait for those California
you are doing it, bro.
The top team is in California because I think I should be it for units. So we'll see.
I don't know. How do you find that out?
Real Trends comes out like in 2 months.
Oh, bro, you're gonna be famous. You're gonna be famous. So what we're gonna talk about today, and Suneet is pretty much a specialist in, is online leads and how to convert them, how to some of the secrets on follow-up and things of that sort. But Suneet, I want to give you a chance. I did a slight intro for you, and I know I did not do enough due diligence. Tell me a little bit about maybe where you're from, who you are now, and where you're going.
I mean, yeah. So, really got into real estate 7 years ago. So we'll just start there to keep the context, here and relevant. Started a team early on in my career. About 2 years in, my lady was pregnant with my first kid. I was grinding. I was rookie of the year for all NorCal for Coldwell Banker my first year. I was just crushing solo, but I worked hard. And I was having my first kid. I wanted to change my schedule. I had owned other businesses in the past, and I just, got heavy into coaching. I got heavy, got a good friendship with a lot of the guys at Lab Coat Agents early. And we, and just really dug in and worked on, skill sets, mindset. I really became a student and just grinded, got my team going. And, I was working at Keller Williams, and all of a sudden, I felt like half the office was on my team within 3 months of the team being started. Then we went to some other places. I like being an owner of everything that I do. So no one can ever tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Right. So took the team, which was doing great. Probably top 5 team in Sacramento back then. And then said, well, I don't want anyone to tell me what to do. So I teamed up with my boys in San Diego, and we opened up a brokerage here. So that's been another adventure and journey, So brokerage and team, and two kids now, and been completely out of production for about 2 years. So agent for 7 years, and been out of production already for 2. That's nice.
That is nice. So would you say you worked harder as a single agent, or now where you have 42 agents that underneath you and you have the 100 of the big brokerage?
Well, yeah, we have departments. We have a special resale department, acquisitions department. We have all these things now.
So you now have some leverage.
And I work 10 times harder now for way less money. all you listeners.
Yes, this is what I was trying to pull out of you.
It's not that sexy at the top, guys. It's not that sexy. Nothing wrong with being an agent and grinding and making. You can make a couple $100,000 a year very easily. There's nothing wrong with that. You don't need to be a team to be cool.
No. And that's where I was trying to get out of you. And I'm very happy that you said that is, yes, it is good to have a huge everything, but it comes along with headaches. It comes along with the whole managing personalities. And I think that, and I told you that we have a business, and I know managing the personalities is probably the hardest piece behind all of that.
Yeah. Well, we're at a point now where I manage my executive level managers, right? So with the agents, it's more of a coaching thing now, which I'm really grateful for. And like a CEO type. But prior to me having the executive level management, yes, it's really challenging to, lead. It's challenging to lead your family, right? I mean, how are you going to lead 10 or 5 or 20 or 100 independent contractors?
That's hard.
Right. So, having to manage a family at home, and you said you have kids and a wife, and that's a whole nother beast behind everything. Yes, that's a big thing. Right, agents are leaders, right? And I think any salesperson is a leader, because you have to lead your client to doing what's best for them, right? And I've always been into leadership and done other stuff, so it's just worked out. But yeah, I mean, if you're an agent, you're a leader, but you're okay just leading yourself and your family. You can have a tremendous life. You don't need a team. It's not as sexy as you think.
There you go. There you go. But it can be very sexy. It can, but yeah. All right, so let's drop into the online lead game. As I exposed to you, dude, honestly, that is not my game, but I know it is a lot of people's game, and there is a ton of value in it. I just don't have the patience for the follow-up and all that type of stuff. I know you are spectacular at it. So dive into what it looks like for online leads and how that can increase your business.
So I think it really depends on where you're at, right? And let's, for the sake of this conversation, let's just talk about you're a single agent.
Yep.
Fair?
There you go. Very, very fair.
Or maybe you want to start a team. My fourth day as a realtor, I started buying leads. My fourth day, right?
Wow.
Because I wanted more opportunities right away. It was, and it was like my last couple bucks. It was sink or swim, make that money or quit the business and go get a job.
Now, did somebody tell you to do that, or was that something that you figured out on your own?
Something I figured out just because, I've been in businesses and I know how leads go.
Right.
So, found the best real estate leads, bought them, and then really, struggled at the beginning. Oh, I have to call this lead more than one time. Oh, they're not ready to buy a house right now.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to follow up. Oh, they're not pre-approved. Like, what is this?
It's a game, bro. That's the whole game behind that. 100%.
I mean, then you just, so that's when I got into the real knowledge piece and learning piece from great people like Tristan at Lab Coats at the time. And I got involved with the Club Wealth Coaching and Michael Hellickson.
He was just on the show.
I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of time with Michael. I ended up being a coach with them for about 2 years, right? So I was a Club Wealth coach, and that was a great experience. So I dug in and learned about lead conversion from everybody, everywhere. I voraciously, consumed content, real estate podcasts. Like, dude, I listened to so much Pat Hyben, the real estate rock stars, since I've been on twice, and he's been on my show once. So it's like that was surreal. I listened to Pat like 3 episodes a day, and now I've been on his show twice. That was a big deal. But content like that, Joshua Smith, shows like this.
Bro, that's so funny you say that. Is Joshua Smith was the first episode I launched on this show. And I remember listening to all his stuff, YouTubing all his stuff when I first got in the business. And I looked at his mega open house, dude. And I followed it to
yes.
And I told him that story, dude. He's like, small world, this is crazy. So that is the power of things like this. But dude, that was amazing. Because you watched all these and I cut you off. But
no, I mean, good. Yeah, it feels good. It's full circle, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I would listen to stuff in the car, like everywhere I was driving. I think I said, no, I'm a musician. For the viewers, they can see the guitars in the background. But for the listeners, I got a bunch of guitars in this room. And I play every day. I've been a musician my whole life, but for a couple of years, I said, no music, just content. And just drilled it into my brain.
Yeah.
And I think that the content really paid off for mindset and skill set.
Yeah. And
where did we go?
Yeah. No. So just to rephrase where we were at is online leads and how that can increase your business.
Sure. So I think so. If the listeners kind of want a beginner's roadmap, is I would start with your budget.
Right. And that was actually going to be my next question: is where should somebody's budget be? Maybe if they're just starting, and then when you now get to that next level.
So I don't know if there's a secret formula. I'm sure Gary Keller and some other coaches have said you should spend 20% on marketing or something, right? Which, if you include lead generation into marketing, maybe 30%. That feels a little bit better, which includes print marketing. But in the beginning, I figured, what's my budget? When I started, I had $800 to my damn name and said, well, my budget's $400.
Got to eat.
Right. I will make sure that this works. But for the listeners and viewers, I would just figure out a budget. Times have changed, right? And see what you can get on terrific podcasts like Ronnie's and get on these free Facebook groups like Lab Coat Agents and ask the questions and start talking to people. If you don't need a fancy coach, see what other people are doing and what's working. You can search in the group and find a million different options. So see what's working, ask the questions, form the relationships. And there's a pantheon of lead quality. And in the beginning, I think it's take what you can get. And then just learn how to convert it. And if you do the conversion practices on any source, at some point, if you do the habits, then you'll get a result.
All right. So I'm going to pin you down, bro. What is that conversion secret on? Obviously, there's a follow-up game, but because the online leads, it's speed to the lead from whatever I've always heard. And then you have to follow up for that. But what is that secret method in order to convert?
On portal leads, it's speed to lead.
Okay. And then follow after that too.
And
you
then
can always convert them right away.
Not portal leads. The intention is an appointment on every first call. If it's not a portal lead, it's more of a nurture game, right? And that's where you nurture the lead to an appointment by, building rapport, providing value, being, hey, guys, you guys want to know the real secret to all this?
Please.
It's a big one. It's a real big secret. You may have heard it. Just be consistent, right?
I've never heard it.
So, yeah,
So do you drop them in a? I'm trying to pin you down, bro, for a little bit more information.
Sure, I'll tell everybody everything. I say it.
So all right. So tell me. All right. So I'm a lead that comes in from Zillow. What is your process after that?
So this is different per source, and Zillow has several different sources. So we'll just generalize it to a portal email type lead, okay? To where that could be realtor.com, that could be many types of the Zillow product.
Name, phone, email.
It's an email lead. It gets emailed to you. The inquiry gets emailed to you.
There you go.
Any CRM, customer client resource management software, I happen to have all of them. Don't ask me why, but for the main purpose, we use Follow Up Boss, which is incredible.
Yeah, good things.
It drops in a Follow Up Boss, and the lead gets routed based on some sort of rules. Maybe they're geographical rules. Maybe they are, calendar rules and shift rules or price point rules. If they get routed based on some type of rule,
sure,
it goes to an agent. The agent's job is to, contact the lead as quickly as possible and go for the appointment. No other fluff. Book the damn appointment. Book it. Book the appointment.
Now, these days, is that a Zoom appointment or always try to go in person?
Whatever you can get. Just get something.
Okay. Get something. All right. So you got something on the appointment. Paint the picture after that.
Then you go on the appointment and you close.
Okay. But so what I'm trying to say is say you don't get that appointment first.
Sure.
Say, oh yeah, we're not all that interested right now. We're just browsing. Then where they go into a different category.
So that's going to be a different, action plan, right? And that's going to be for us and for most of the listeners, your portal leads should result in an appointment more than not. You should be able to get 50%, 60% of people that you talk to should turn into an appointment on a good portal lead.
Okay. So those of us who suck and can't convert those, where does it go after that?
So if you can't get the appointment, you really need to figure out the person's what their time frame is. Mr. Buyer lead. I'm gonna F up these scripts. I'll tell you that. I don't do this anymore. But it's figuring out their intention. Why did you click on the button today, and how can I help you?
Sure.
And if that's I'm looking for this kind of house. I'm looking for this kind of house. Great. When I would just go for the appointment.
Okay.
Right.
So keep going for the appointment.
Keep going for
you don't get the appointment. Do they drop in? Then you drop them into an email drip, and then what is your follow up?
Email drip. maybe 2 email drips. We're going to send them houses based on some kind of search criteria. Any good system now will pull the search criteria of any online inquiries they've made that have come when the lead gets emailed to you. That was a long sentence. So we'll send them saved searches. I don't think that's any value to send somebody a house. It's absolutely none, but we're going to do it. There's so many terrific other plugins. Call Action is a great tool. Agent Legend. We use YLO. Like I said, we have everything. So you could get some kind of follow-up tool that sends, maybe a combination of text messages or emails or voicemail drops or reminders to you to reach out to the lead at some, time determined, scheduled cadence until you get the damn appointment. Just go for the appointment.
And that is the end game of everything, is always setting that appointment and then converting that appointment.
Yeah. So, and that's the big space is, I think, booking an appointment with an online lead, at least in my organization, is easy. We've made it that way, right? Like, you're going to get appointments.
Right.
The thing that agents need to work on, and I was the worst at this when I was a solo agent, was what's your presentation going to be with the prospect when you meet them? One of the first things I learned when I signed up with Club Wealth was Michael Hellickson's 37-minute listing presentation, and I could still do it in like 37 minutes. Maybe not, maybe 45. But I learned a presentation on what was important. But, you agents out there, listeners and viewers, is everybody, my agents in my organization, you got to have a good buyer presentation too.
Right.
Because that's going to be the next converting tool, as appointments should be easy. Right. I tell the agents on my team, minimum 10 appointments a week.
Wow. That's impressive. And then you're also getting practice at that point, and you're going to keep getting better, and your conversion rate's going to go up far better. So here's a question I want to ask you, because I know there's probably a fair amount of newer agents or agents that are struggling out there that want to get business today. Now, we don't all have the same access to the Zillow as you do, right? You're a legend in the Zillow space, and you're spending a fair amount of money. So somebody has a very small budget, say $500, $600 a month. Where would you tell them to direct their money?
I would tell any new agent or any agent period that's struggling is join the damn team. But if you're going to be stubborn and not listen to me, you really should. But if you're going to be stubborn and not listen, then I would, like I said, go on Lab Coats and see what you can get for your spend.
So you say go on Lab Coats agents.
Do some research.
Hey, I need, what's the best for $500 budget a month? Who's converting leads? All that type of stuff. And I think that's actually a really good suggestion, because we've all, if you haven't been on Lab Coats, you're probably not listening to this right now, but there's just such a good resource.
Free resource.
There you go. Exactly. And go on any of these groups, any of these Facebook groups, and somebody will reach out to you. I promise.
That's what I did, dude.
I love it, dude. I love it. That's a great knowledge. All right. So here's a question that I ask virtually everybody who comes on here, because I find it to be very valuable, not only just for me, but for everybody. Is I always find that people that are doing things at a high level are either readers, or they watch podcasts, or they do some sort of educational piece to put themselves on that next pillar, right? Who's somebody that's influenced you or changed your life that you could pass on to a listener or somebody watching that could change their life?
So, there's been so many throughout the years. All the different gurus, and now I'm friends with half of them. But, I, a couple of years ago, began coaching with John Cheplack. And, John is the top caliber coach in the entire space. And I think everyone should check out whatever free content you can of John's because it's really good.
What's his name? John what?
Cheplak, Cheplak.
And he had a lot of influence on your real estate career?
Yeah, he still does. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Well, maybe not on my real estate career, but on my leadership, which is now my career, right?
Yeah. So now is he mainly for leadership or is he mainly for real estate?
Leadership.
He's a leadership guy.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, and I feel
he
like
coaches the CEO of Remax. So I get to hang out in the same room as that guy, right? So,
and that's the cool part about things like this is you get in rooms with cool people. That's what I like about it so much is you're putting the so if you're listening, figure out ways on value how you can get in the same rooms with Suneet Agarwal's or other cool people like that can provide a ton of value, and you can then become friends.
Exactly. That was one of my secrets too. Is I went to hella conferences. And I got in the most powerful rooms in the country, right? I was talking to Robert Slack, the guy that runs the team. Robert's the number one team in the world for the second year in a row. And I'm just emailing bullshit with one of his executive guys. So those relationships, dude, they took my career to the moon. Being friends with all these people. And
I agree.
Being nice and likable. That's really... making friends.
That's the secret sauce in this business for sure, man. And not only that and you never know who you're going to meet. That's the cool part is you put yourself in good situations. You never know who you're going to meet. Yeah. I love it, bro. Thank you so much for sharing. I do want to give you a chance to talk about yourself a little bit. If an agent wants to send you guys, your group, a referral or connect with you, how could they do so?
You can find me on Facebook, Suneet Agarwal, Instagram, Suneet Agarwal 916. We have a show, The Hustling Agent, too, which I'm going to have Ronnie on soon.
Let's go, baby.
And you can find that on iTunes and YouTube. But yeah, I'm out there, Suneet Agarwal. No, it's not the doctor in Chicago. Right. You guys can hit me up anytime. I'd love to talk.
And we're in the same market and that's fine. You know what I mean? We're in the Sacramento market and I'd be happy that Suneet gets more business. So send him your referrals. He's killing it.
Send him to Ronnie. But if you guys want a good opportunity, come talk to me to come work.
Yeah. There you go. Send them all to me. Send them all to me. I was trying to indirectly plug you. But if you want to plug me, that's cool, bro. I'm good with it. But I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate you helping Every Agent Wins.
Thanks, Ronnie. Talk to you.
Yeah.